Well, let's home in on one product which is very close to the hearts of Nigerians, especially in this festive season, which is rice. You've said over and over again, I think you just said it again, that in another 1 year, there will be no need for a grain of rice to be imported from outside. Yes. That's what you've said. Now, a lot of Nigerians will say that we've heard this before. We heard it, even though, yes, a lot of people commend the fact that you're continuing this policy from the time of former Minister Mr. Adeshino. They will say that they heard this before, and that during this festive period, we heard about a waiver that was granted importers of rice, which we only got to learn of much later. How do we know that this is not going to happen this time around?
A waiver for what? For importation?
Of rice, yes.
No.
It was revealed by the Nigerian customs. I think over 300 billion naira was granted in waivers to importers of rice at some point.
That was before now.
Yes.
The Nigerian customs was actually deliberately misquoted. When they announced that thing that the borders were open because there was a waiver, I called the director of customs, and he said they had a press conference where they said NAFDAC reported that 80% of the rice coming in was unfit for human consumption, and it should be banned. What we saw in the newspaper was that the borders were now open for rice importation.
No, I didn't say that this government granted the waiver.
Okay.
I was quoting the customs. This was about 2 years back, towards the end of the...
Oh, they did that then?
Yes.
This year, no?
No, not this year.
We allow rice in through the ports, as long as you're prepared to pay the 60% duty and the levy. People don't want to do that because if they land that rice here, they can't sell it. So they go through the smuggler's route. And this is it. But the point is, if you're going to transfer $5 million a day to import rice from a foreign country, when you can grow rice in virtually every state in this country, why do you do it? You're transferring jobs, you're transferring wealth, bringing in unemployment and unhappiness to your people, and bringing in food of uncertain quality. There's so much kidney and liver and stuff happening even among very young people today. Why? We have reason now to believe that a lot of this is caused by the kind of things we're importing. And there are some countries that don't care what happens to you. They are in business, they are making their money. If they can ship this stuff to Africa, they don't really care.
And let's talk about the cost.
Yeah.
Only recently we were speaking with the Commissioner for Information in Ebonyi State, and he was talking about how Ebonyi is almost self-sufficient in providing for the state. But he talked about how a bag of rice, a 50-kilogram bag of rice, was 20,000 naira. Rice produced there in Ebonyi. You haven't shipped it anywhere else, adding transport costs to it. How accessible do you think or affordable it is for the ordinary man?
Those costs will go down. We have just brought in a number of machines to help the farmer harvest the rice. If you ever go to a rice farm and see the labor involved in harvesting rice, rice is a grass. It just happens to have seeds which we like to eat. They have to bend down with a sickle, cut the rice, beat it on stones and wood to get the grains off the straw. 1 hectare of rice can take a family a month to harvest. Nobody else does that, even in India or Thailand or Vietnam anymore. There are small machines for this. But because all these years we were not prepared to grow the rice, we didn't procure these very simple machines. They're called reapers. You take that and put in a thresher. It means that a family can get their rice off the field in 48 hours. If you cut that labor off and the stress it places on the women, you can sell your rice at 2,000 or 3,000 naira less. Then the rice mills. The old mills are very old-fashioned. No distoners, no color sorters, no graders to remove the broken grains. The new mills cost some money. A 5-ton-a-day rice mill could cost you anything in the neighborhood of $250,000 with color separators, with graders, with distoners and so on. And a modern parboiling unit, using the rice chaff as a fuel for the boilers. We don't have these machines here. They're building some now. Some of the components we have to bring in from India or Thailand. It's a stage of preparation that's causing this problem. The prices will definitely fall. They'll fall.
How soon do you think we'll be producing locally good and affordable rice?
I think by the next harvest, at about July, August next year, with the new rice mills, we're installing 120 rice mills have arrived.
120?
Yes.
Installed in different places?
Going to be installed.
Where?
They're in Kaduna now. We're split, distributing them nationwide, every state, but to be in the hands of cooperatives and the private sector. Once those mills are there and irrigation begins, by the end of the next season, we'll be done with importation of rice.
And it will be affordable?
Affordable, because we'll also mechanize reapers and threshers and so on. Take all that labor out, the prices will go down. But
this season, this month, you're saying that Nigerians will have to buy rice at the current cost, right?
Oh no, but the local rice is going in some shops for 15,000 now. Labana, Ebonyi rice, Abakaliki rice, rice from Kano is 15,000, except that traders moving from the north to the south will then tell you that the cost of transportation is a problem. The trailer asks you for 400,000 to go from Kano to Lagos. As you go along the way, you stop 20 times to pay one levy or the other. Local government tax, they block the road, you pay. Customs checkpoint, police check. Sometimes you can keep the trailer sitting there for 2 days because the driver has nothing to pay.
And these are all hurdles in the way of farmers.
Precisely. So that's why we're looking at the rails. Eventually, no customs man, local government tax man will stand in the way of a railway train passing by. And because these are the issues. So transportation alone is such an issue. It adds an additional 500 naira or 1,000 naira to the bag of rice on its way down.
There is no way we can talk to the people who are currently there?
Very difficult to do that, but the Minister of Works is about to tell these people that all these blockades on the highways are illegal and have to be taken down. And most of these revenue collectors are not even remitting the revenue to the Treasury, but they are all over.
We'll take a break now. When we return, we will talk about imputes, and we'll also talk about farmers and herdsmen, because you're coming up with a solution, but we need to know how far it is you're going with that solution. Do join us again.